Good morning, students. Today we will continue with the remaining part of the lesson, means grammatical part. In the previous class, we have completed half part of the grammar and vocabulary. So we will be completing the remaining part, and I have given you the homework also. I think you have done the homework. Now we will move towards grammar. Read the following sentences from the story. We found we had little to carry. Some thief had removed most of my things. In the above two sentences, the first one is in the simple past, means found, found, had. When you found, had, these two are simple past. The words we in the sentence we see what we found, we had little to carry. In this, found and had, these two are simple past, and the second is the past perfect tense, means here had removed. Some thief had removed most of my things. Had removed is past perfect tense. Simple past is found, had, whereas the past perfect tense is had removed. As you can see, the action which occurred earlier is expressed in the past perfect tense. Normally, which is done earlier, an action which occurred earlier is expressed in past perfect tense, whereas the action which occurred later is expressed in the simple past tense. Here are a few more examples. Sujata had arrived at the station before the train came. First one is Sujata had arrived at the station before the train came. Second one is the doctor arrived after the patient had died. The doctor arrived after the patient had died. Third is I bought the tickets as soon as I boarded the bus. When two actions occur nearly simultaneously in the past, both are expressed in the simple past tense. Here they are saying that when two actions occur nearly simultaneously in the past, they are expressed in the simple past tense only. So here they have given us an exercise. We will see. Now combine the following pairs of sentences using the past perfect and the simple past. So we have to complete these sentences using the past perfect or the simple past. Use after, before, or when as linkers. To combine these sentences, we can use after, before, and when as linkers. So we will see. First one has been done for you. First one is given as example for you. See what it is. I brushed my teeth. I took my breakfast. These are two different sentences. In first sentence, I brushed my teeth. In second sentence, I took my breakfast. Now how you will write? We have to use after, before, or when. So we will be using after. First one is after I had brushed my teeth, I took my breakfast. After I had brushed my teeth, I took my breakfast. Or you can also write in this way also. What I had brushed my teeth before I took my breakfast. Means you can write in two ways. First one is after I had brushed my teeth, I took my breakfast. Or you also can write I had brushed my teeth before I took my breakfast. Now we will see the second one. Students, you have to write these sentences in your textbook where the space is provided for you. Second one is, she started to go to market. It rained heavily. Again, these two are two different sentences. Now, how you will be writing? Yes, after she had started to go to market, it rained heavily. By using after, we can write like this. How? After she had started to go to market, it rained heavily. Or also you can write, she had started to go to market before it rained heavily. She had started to go to market before it rained heavily. I think you are understanding how I am writing. We are adding here had. If you write after before, after she had started to go to market, it rained heavily. Here extra what we are adding? We are adding had here. Even in the second sentence also, instead of after we are using before, but the placing of that word is different. In the first sentence we are using after first, after she had started to go to market, but in the second sentence we can write that she had started to go to market before it rained heavily. So here we are writing before in the middle of the sentence. Now the third one. He completed his homework. He went to bed. Now how you will be writing it? After he had completed his homework, he went to bed. Now try with before. Yes, he had completed his homework before he went to bed. Fourth one. I finished my dinner. My father came. Now how you will be writing? After I had finished my dinner, my father came. Or also you can write, I had finished my dinner before my father came. Is it clear, students? Okay. Now fifth one. I feel seriously ill. Sorry, I fell seriously ill. I met my family doctor. After I had fallen seriously ill, I met my family doctor. Here, along with had, we are changing the word as fallen. Means the degree of comparison has changed. Fell has changed to fallen. After I had fallen seriously ill, I met my family doctor. Also, you can write, I had fallen seriously ill before I met my family doctor. Sixth one, I locked the door when I went to meet my friend at a restaurant. Now, how you will be writing? After I locked the door, I went out to meet my friend at a restaurant. Or I had locked the door before I went to meet my friend at a restaurant. So here we are using before in the middle. I think you understood and I hope you have written these sentences in your textbook. Now we will see the phrasal verbs. Look at the following phrasal verbs and their meanings. Here they have given the phrasal verbs and their meanings. Now we will see them. See, first one is take out. Meaning of take out is to remove something from inside. Set up, to arrange for something to happen or to start. Third one, take off, to remove. Take out means to remove something from inside. Take off means to remove. Lie down, to take rest. Take time off. Take some time for something. Take time off means to take some time for something. Look into, to observe keenly. Look into means to observe keenly. Seventh, Look after, to have a look at something. Look after means to have a look at something. Eighth, get up means to wake up. Change into, ninth one, change into, to turn into. Tenth, leave means, tenth, leave means to leave something as a token of memory or gift. Tenth one is to leave something. Leave means to leave something as a token of memory or gift. As you see, a phrasal verb is a unit of a verb and one or more particles or a preposition. Here, phrasal verb is a unit of a verb and one or more particles or prepositions. Phrasal verb has a unit of verb and one or more particles of a preposition. It cannot be understood on the basis of the meanings of the individual parts in isolation. So, if we read them singly, we don't understand the meaning of them, but rather it must be taken as a whole. If we read as a whole sentence, we can understand the meaning of that word, whereas if we read in words or in single, we don't get the exact meaning of that. So here is a paragraph. Use the above phrasal verbs in the blanks. Make necessary changes in the verb forms. Here they have given us a paragraph. We have to complete the paragraph with the by filling the blanks by using the words in the above, by using the above phrasal verbs. They have given us here, they have given 10 phrasal verbs for us. We have to use those phrasal verbs and complete this paragraph. Venkat Rao was a rich man. He wanted to dash some business in the town. What you will be writing in that blank? Set up. He wanted to set up some business in the town. So he dashed out. So he dashed a lot of money from the bank. What did he do? He took out a lot of money. So write took out in the blank. So he took out a lot of money from the bank. On an auspicious day, he started his medical business, which prospered which prospered by leaps and bounds. He became so busy that he could not dash for any rest. Means take time off for any rest. Fill that blank with take time off. Off means OWOFF, right? Double F, not OF, OFF. Could not, busy, so he became busy so that he became so busy that he could not take time off for any rest. He used to get up very early in the morning and go to his office. Write get up in the blank. He used to get up very early in the morning. In the afternoon, he would dash his shirt, take off his shirt, write take off in the blank, and dash on his coach in the office. You have to write lie down in that blank and lie down on his coach in the office. After a nap, he would put on his shirt, then he would dash the mirror. What we have to fill? He look into the mirror, then he would look into the mirror and dash himself admiringly. What you will be writing in that blank? Then he would look into the mirror and look at himself admiringly. Right? Look at. Anyhow, he dashed some fame. Means what you will be writing in that blank? left behind. Anyhow, he left behind some fame in the town even when he went abroad. Everybody believed that he dashed a new man. What is that? He changed into a new man. Write changed into in the blank. Students, if you have any confusion, if you see in this, I have written clearly by underlining. You can see them and write in the blanks, but don't get confused. Now we will move to writing. Write a descriptive essay on any unusual or humorous incident you might have witnessed or experienced. This is the homework for you. You have to write an essay about any unusual or humorous incidents which you have witnessed or experienced. And what are the features to be mentioned? You have to mention the title and introduction or the thesis statement, providing main ideas or details, providing supporting ideas or details, sequencing of ideas, giving appropriate conclusion. By using these points, you have to write a essay. Means you have to maintain these things in your essay. Means the title should be in a proper way, and the introduction and the main idea of that, and the supporting ideas and the sequence of ideas, and giving appropriate conclusion to that essay. These are the basic rules of an essay, how you have to write. So you have to by following these rules, you have to write a descriptive essay about any unusual or humorous incidents which you have witnessed or experienced. Okay. Now second one is preparation of a poster. Tell the names of some important events or happenings. If you want to publish the matter, what will you do? Normally, when we will publish a poster to tell some important events or happenings, right? So they are asking what we will do. So look at the poster given below for you. You can see clearly in your textbook. Here, what is their first one? First thing in the poster, the Hyderabad Laughing Club, Nampalli, Hyderabad, announces the Rajababu Prize for the best write up on the role of comedy in human life. So, who is announcing this one? The Hyderabad Laughing Club. Where it is located? It is in Nampalli, Hyderabad. What does it announce? The Rajababu Prize for the best write up on the role of comedy in human life. In the right side, we can see what deadline for the entries. It is July 27. Give your contact details. And below that, for further information and submission of published entries, contact President, the Hyderabad Laughing Club, Public Gardens, Nampalli, Hyderabad, 500001. Contact number, mail ID. Here, this is the details of that. Now, if we see the complete body of this poster, here what you can see, the award annually honors one print media journalist in each of the following three categories. Best write up in Telugu, Urdu, English. Each award carries rupees 5000. Here the poster tells about the prize money, means award carries 5000, and the best write up categories will be three categories. One is in Telugu, one is in Urdu, and one is in English. and they have given the deadline of the entries and for further information and details, their address and all the things we can see in this poster, isn't it? So now here we have a reflection on the following poster. So now let's see that what are the elements of an effective poster. For an effective poster, what are the main elements? Color, size, layout, font size, language, etc. If it is colorful only, we get attracted and we will read the poster, as well as size. If it is too small, we can't read or we get any interest. So size also is very important, and layout, proper placing, and font size. And if your poster is big and the font is very small, you can't understand about what they are telling you, so the font should be also clear. And the language which is regional and which is understandable by everyone, if we write that language, it is very attractive and impressive. So we will see who issued the poster. Here, the above poster, who issued the poster? The Hyderabad Laughing Club, Nampalli, Hyderabad. Second one, what is the purpose of the poster? Awarding the Rajababu Prize for the best write-up on the role of comedy in human life. Third one, what is the deadline? July 27. If you see in the poster, you can find these answers. What are the other details highlighted? Write up languages, amount of the prize money, contact details. What are the other details means? They have given their address and the prize money and the languages also, like they have mentioned here. What all they? Telugu, Urdu, English. They all are other details highlighted. What should be highlighted in a poster? Issuing authority. Normally in a poster, what should be highlighted? Issuing authority, purpose, deadline, contact information, targeted audience, other details. Okay, now next we will see who are the targeted audience of the poster. Who are the targeted audience of the poster? Print media journalists. They are who are targeted? Print media journalists are targeted for the poster. Now prepare a poster using the information given below by arranging it in a proper sequence. Here they have given us a table. In that you can find some details. We have to arrange it in a proper sequence and we have to prepare a poster. Highlights, information. In highlights you see theme is humor, occasion is the laugher day, category stories, songs, poems, essays, articles and cartoons. Award, best comic writer award. Prize amount 10,000. Contact number, deadline 9th August. Issued by ABC Laughing Club, Dhanur, Adilabad district. Target audience, writers, journalists, poets, essayists, cartoonists and lyricists. So by using the information in this box, we have to prepare a nice attractive poster. This is the homework for you. You have to prepare the poster and submit me in the next class. Okay students, we will continue with the remaining part of the lesson in the next session. Thank you. Have a good day.